Hello YouTube, Baraka back with this new series I like to call Baraka's Fright Line. Now this is a series where you'll be able to send your funniest / scariest stories and I'll read them out to the warrior community or the new warriors that just subscribed. Since this is the first episode, I grabbed the video from YouTube to start things off because I know y'all wouldn't want me to read the first episode. But after this episode, I want y'all submissions. You can send it on Twitter. What are the options? On Twitter, in the comments, especially in the comments. Now hold up, before we get into it, I don't want your crusty fingers typing in my comments saying, "Oh, this is a copy from Spooky Scary Sunday. It's a copy from Spooky Scary Sunday." Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that around here. Nah, we don't do that. This is my own series. I created this. Now, I may have got the idea from Corey, yeah, and all that, but I still created the name. So, say, for example, I start hitting 250, 500, 800, 1,000. Guess what you could be able to say? Yo, I was there when Baraka started his Baraka's Fright Line. Episode 1. I was the one that got picked. Like, y'all see the vision, right? Right?
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
You'll feel honored because you're here for the first episode and I'm just starting the series off. Like, you'll feel honored, right?
Nope.
But anyways, now that's over with, we can finally get into it. This will be the first ever video on Baraka's Fright Line. Now the video is called 3 True Starbucks Horror Stories Animated by IMR Scary Tales. Now don't get it twisted. This is only the first one and I'm choosing this. But y'all will be able to send me videos, stories, your own stories, stories from another website, and so many more. So let's get into it.
This happened when I was working the closing shift at a Starbucks just off the freeway. One of those weird locations where everything else around is already shut down by 10. It was about 11:45 p.m. on a Tuesday. The lights inside were...
I also forgot to mention we're gonna be watching like only one, by the way. Yeah, it's just like 18 minutes, come on. Like, don't you think that's too long?
dimmed, machines cleaned, and chairs stacked. I was the only one left, waiting to lock up and run home. Suddenly, I heard the low rumble of an engine. A sleek, black SUV pulled up to the drive-thru. I figured it was someone running late, maybe a trucker or a road trip couple. But the windows of the car were pitch black, like illegal black tint, and the engine stayed running with no movement. It stayed like that for a few seconds, and I thought I should serve this person and call it a day. "Welcome to Starbucks. How can I help you?" I asked politely. After a pause, the speaker crackled. "One tall caramel bloodbath." It didn't register at first. I actually laughed.
Did bro just say bloodbath? Yo, get him up out of here.
I think you meant caramel macchiato, right? Silence. No answer. Only a faint, rhythmic breathing through the speaker could be heard. I thought for a while and figured it was probably some teenager messing around. I waited for the SUV to go away, just like it came. But it didn't. It just idled. 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 15, but the car was still there. I turned off the headset and tried to focus on finishing up, but every few seconds I'd glance at the drive-thru camera. The SUV never moved. No door opened, no window rolled down. Just the purr of the engine lingered. By the time half an hour passed, I was genuinely freaked out. I decided to go outside and tell them we were closed. I stepped out.
Wait, when does he actually close? The heck? He said this it started like at 11 what? 15 something? It's been like half an hour. When does this close?
To the parking lot, the cool air hitting me like a wall. I approached slowly. My nerves were spiking. As I got closer to the car, I noticed something on the glass. At first, I thought they were smudges, but then I realized what I was looking at. Bloody handprints smeared across the inside of every window. The back door window had the maximum amount of handprints. They looked like small hands, like a woman's, and some of the prints had dragged down. I was trying to make sense of all of that when all of a sudden, the SUV's tailgate popped open with a heavy thud. I immediately jumped back. My eyes went wide in shock and fear. I could feel the veins in my head boil up. There was a woman, bound in zip ties, duct tape across her face. Her body was covered in bruises. Her hands had no fingers. Her mouth was open in a scream, and her tongue had been cut out. She looked at me, eyes wide, tears streaming down her face. Never in my worst nightmare did I expect to come across a sight like that. She tried to say something, but the SUV's driver's side door opened, and a man stepped out. He was massive. He wore a long, dirty coat. His face...
Leatherface?
I'll never forget that face. He had a real human face stitched to his skin. Blood was streaming down his neck because of the poor surgery he performed on himself. You could literally see the seams. The lips were jagged and too wide. The eyes were black holes behind thin slits. He screamed at me, "Where's my order?" Before I could react, he grabbed my collar and yanked me toward the drive-through window.
What?
I tried to fight back, but he slammed my head against the brick wall. Stars exploded in my vision. He shoved my face into the window, trying to force it through the narrow opening like he was trying to crush me between steel and glass. I used every ounce of panic-fueled strength I had to twist sideways and wriggle halfway inside. I got in somehow, grabbed the window lever and tried to close it when he made another attempt to grab me. But this time, I trapped his arm between the frame. He screamed in rage. "What are you doing? Let me go! You don't know who you're messing with! I'm dialing 911! His hand was stuck, fingers jerking wildly, nails scratching the walls. He was putting all of his effort into freeing himself, but it all went in vain. I backed away and grabbed my phone, locking eyes with him as I talked to the emergency dispatcher. He was snarling, spitting through the window. "You're siding with the wrong one! She's not the victim! I am! She's the one who cheated on me! Come on, just let me go so I can explain! You can explain everything to the cops!" I backed farther into the store, waiting for sirens. I didn't take my eyes off him. When the cops arrived 10 minutes later, they had to tase him to get him off the window. I watched from inside as they pulled him down and wrestled him to the ground. The woman in the trunk, his wife, was barely conscious, but alive. They rushed her to the hospital. Later that night, a detective gave me the details. The man had been on the run for 3 days. He'd beaten his wife nearly to death, cut out her tongue, and severed her fingers so she couldn't use a phone. He was planning to dump her body in a secluded area out of state. But I don't understand why he decided to make one final stop at Starbucks. The whole time he sat outside, she was in the trunk, bleeding, broken, still somehow alive. And that stupid joke, caramel bloodbath, that was an inside joke between him and his wife. A silly joke she used to tell during the Halloween season. He wanted her to hear it one last time before he finished the job. I quit Starbucks a week later. I can't look at an SUV the same way anymore. And I don't work alone at night. Not ever again.
Alright, that was the first story done. Clap it up. First video story of Baraka's Fright line. Clap it up. Now, just to remind y'all will be sending it. It could be comments, your story, Twitter, in my Twitter thing. What else? It could be your personal story. It could be a website where it's a story. It could be a YouTube video of a story animated. Like multiple ways. But yeah, I guess that's it. But wait, before you click off, I have one goal and one goal only. I have one goal and one goal only. I want to reach 250 subscribers. Wait, that might be big. Hold on. By October 1st. Yeah. Oh my jeez, that's a big goal. But that's just it. If y'all enjoyed today's video, make sure you warriors smash that like button. Subscribe to join the Warriors today, cause we the best community out here. Warriors, we are out.